Today we are going to talk about dividing integers. When we divide integers, we will follow two rules. The first rule is that when we are dividing and both the dividend and the divisor have the same sign, then our quotient, the answer to our division problem, will be positive. Okay, so if we have positive divided by positive, then we will have a positive quotient. If we are dividing a negative by a negative, we will also get a positive quotient. So when we have the same, both positive or both negative, then we will have positive quotients. Our second rule is that when we have different signs, our quotient will be negative. So if we're dividing positive divided by negative or negative divided by positive, then both situations, because we have different symbols for our dividend and our divisor, we will have negative quotients. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Let's start with one that we already know. 35 divided by 7. 35 divided by 7 is not a new problem for us. And we know that when we divide 35 by 7, we will get a quotient of 5. Now, this proves our rule, right? We've got 35, which is positive, and then we're dividing it by 7, which is also positives. Two positives will get us a positive quotient. All right, let's try another one here. If I have negative 24 and I'm dividing it by positive 6, what will my quotient be? Well, here I start with a negative and I divide it by a positive. Those signs are different, meaning our quotient is going to be negative. Once I figure it out, positive or negative, I can just take a look at that 24 divided by 6 and divide like normal. So 24 divided by 6 is 4. Therefore, negative 24 divided by positive 6 equals negative 4. Again, those signs were different, one negative, one positive, so we've got a negative quotient. Let's try one more like this. If I have negative 30 and I divide it by negative 5, what will that quotient be? Well, here we've got a negative divided by a negative. Those symbols are the same. We have two negatives. Therefore, if we look up here, when we have the same sign, our quotient will be positive. Once we've got negative slash positive down, we can go ahead and say, all right, 30 divided by 5 is 6. Therefore, negative 30 divided by negative 5 will get me that positive 6. Now, there are two more problems that I would like to draw your attention to, and they look similar, but they are in fact different. So if I have 0 divided by 4, we'll do positive, and then 4 divided by 0. I want to know what those answers are, what those quotients are. I like to think about it like with cookies. Okay, so if I have 0 cookies and I divide those into 4 groups, so I have no cookies, there are 0 cookies, and I divide those 0 cookies into 4 groups, in each of the 4 groups, I'm going to have 0 cookies. Okay, so I start with 0, I'm going to end with 0. I still don't have anything. For this one, 4 divided by 0, if I have 4 cookies and divide it by 0, that's not possible. I cannot divide by 0, okay? So when I have anything divided by 0, my answer will be undefined. We cannot do any number divided by 0. So that'll be undefined. Same thing for negative. If I have 0 divided by negative 4, I still have 0. I'm splitting it into negative 4 parts. I still have 0. Whereas if I divide negative 4 by 0, I still can't divide by 0. So it will still be undefined.